Why buying Cardano now is like buying Bitcoin in 2013. Cardano is ranked among the top 10 crypto assets by market capitalization. In addition to being famous, Cardano is considered one of the fastest growing cryptocurrency assets. In the first 8 months of 2022, the cryptocurrency market has lost significant momentum. Since then, several digital assets have lost close to 60% in market value. The year 2021 was one of Cardano's most successful years. Based on data from CoinMarketCap, bulls reached more than 691% in 1 year, outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum by 75% and 453%, respectively. But why buying Cardano now is like buying Bitcoin in 2013. As Lubin sees it, crypto is the tail being wagged by a very sick dog, and it won't get better till the economy regains its glory. There has been a recent slump in Cardano's price due to the general state of the crypto market. It appears that this trend is similar to that of Bitcoin's in 2013. Does history repeat itself in a predictable manner? With investors becoming cautious after the latest release of U.S. inflation data, Cardano led the pack of blue-chip cryptocurrencies. Following the U.S. inflation surprise of September, the entire crypto space has become a sea of red, marching in lockstep with the following equity markets. Although Bitcoin and Ethereum have performed better than expected, the eighth cryptocurrency is still at a low point. 2013, Cardano trades along the same path as Bitcoin. But is this a valid explanation for a success of failures? A video by Dan Gambardello compared the performance of Cardano in 2022 with Bitcoin's performance in 2013. Gambardello analyzed the weekly trade charts of ADA and said that the value investors, such as himself, have a lot of potential in ADA. According to him, Cardano is extremely undervalued over the long run. Various examples were provided by the crypto analyst to justify his confidence in the ADA Bitcoin resemblance with the Cardano ecosystem. To begin, he shared a video clip from Andreas Antonopoulos discussing Bitcoin neutrality with 2013. The year of 2013, the conference had hardly any attendees, and Bitcoin had a market capitalization of over $1 billion and was about to reach the $1 trillion mark a few years later. Gambardello also pointed out that Cardano and Bitcoin share some similarities in terms of the blockchain technology they use. Cardano currently trades at a market cap of $12.27 billion and has been projected to follow the Bitcoin path. Bitcoin lost its luster in 2013 when investors piled on the new opportunity that had been buzzing in the mainstream media for a decade. The amount of trading was so intense that the biggest Bitcoin exchange, Mt. Gox, could not handle the volume, and hackers attacked the vulnerability that caused the exchange to crash. As a result, Mt. Gox went into a total shutdown without warning, sending prices from $260 to $50, which was a complete mess. To elaborate more, the year 2013 was a wild one for Bitcoin as it was the beginning of its popularity. As a result of the increased enthusiasm for Bitcoin, prices briefly soared higher than gold at the time. There was many questions and doubts surrounding the digital currency when it was still at its infancy stage. However, some investors were not afraid to take a shot. As Bitcoin made headlines, its price shot up an all-time high. Despite the fact that Bitcoin has gained a lot of attention in recent months, it gained popularity earlier in the year when the Cyprus ranking crisis occurred. As a result, Bitcoin prices pushed towards $200 but dropped to $60 when the crisis passed. The cryptocurrency then began the latest investment vehicle again after a summer of relative stability. It was so high in demand that some Chinese exchanges quoted prices nearly double those outside of China in November 2013. Following the Chinese government's announcement that it would crack down on Bitcoin in November, demand for the currency plummeted considerably after its high. Despite the consistent volatility, Bitcoin is the start of a cryptocurrency market that will continue to grow because it plays an integral role in the global financial system. As a matter of fact, the tragic journey of Bitcoin illustrates how cryptocurrencies will always remain volatile due to market volatility and unforeseen events. It's been reflected in the ADA coin price a couple of times as a matter of fact. When Bitcoin crashed, those who believed it would keep generating mind-blowing gains lost their heads. Most people believed it would recover. A certain inevitability is in volatility, which has no end in sight. The question to ask is whether Bitcoin will follow the same path as in 2013. Is there a possibility that Cardano ADA will rise in value if it follows Bitcoin's path in 2013? Well, this time it's going to be different because there are many other aspects of Cardano that can attract attention. According to Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson, Cardano was developed as a second wave of DeFi solutions. According to Hopkinson, decentralizing finance applications will be the target of crackdowns or regulations by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Gary Gensler, the chair of the SEC, noted that DeFi is not exempt from regulations and that it's a bit of a misnomer, emphasizing that it remains highly centralized in some areas. According to Gensler's remarks in August 2021, DeFi projects should expect crackdowns similar to the ones experienced by initial coin offerings in 2017. In contrast, Charles Hoskinson predicts a new wave of DeFi projects centered on identity and decentralized governments will eventually replace the first wave. The winners of the future in the DeFi space are going to have liquidity and interoperability, the ability to move multi-chain. Finally, cost predictability is such an important thing. It's so bizarre how we just tolerate massive swings in price of doing business, he argued. In addition, he explained that DeFi will be much more difficult to regulate on Cardano. In the industry, developers have always felt the need for a blockchain network with higher throughput, and it's also cost-effective. Ethereum has a long list of competitors. Traders and projects in the ecosystem consider Cardano, Solana, and Polkadot to be the top choices. In the future, once Cardano's commercial pipeline is complete, millions of users will be able to connect to its blockchain, thereby gaining mass recognition. According to Cardano's creator, DeFi should be called DeFi++, since it focuses on real-world use cases and Realify. According to Moonrock Capital's managing partner, Simon Dedick, the development in the Cardano ecosystem is a bullish sign for the native asset prices. Although Hoskinson's predictions could be seen as bold, he has the right to do so. In the early stages of Cardano adoption, various decentralized solutions, including lending and borrowing platforms, stablecoins, NFTs, and NFT marketplaces, are yet to blossom. Continuing, Dan Garbadello recently called Cardano's recent CNFTCon, which addressed a wide range of Web3 novices and enthusiasts. In the Cardano ecosystem, the event brought together content creators and founders to discuss and build significant ideas. In his April video, Dan spoke with some Cardano builders who appeared bullish to him, one of whom was NMKR. NFT Mercurio is the Cardano game changer not talked about enough. NFTs have exploded on Cardano in the last year, and we really think about it, NFT Maker's crucial vehicle that allowed this to happen. Their minting API allows non-technical people to create and mint NFTs, he tweeted on April 16th. As Gambardello continued, he shared a tweet from Patrick Tobler, the founder of NMKR, which showed a picture from his panel discussion about royalties, which was relatively empty. As Garbadello argued, the empty crowd attests to the fact that these huge crypto events are still in their infancy, and what it takes to get big names to be mentioned in the crypto space is a question to ask. An investor interested in value would jump on this opportunity. This demonstrates the kind of value ADA will possess in the future. Despite the fact that crypto has been deemed dead for several months, the falling price of ADA proves otherwise. If investors, however, ignore the big picture and focus purely on price action, they'll reach this conclusion. A better understanding of how crypto is doing can be gained by considering the major recent signs of mainstream adoption. There have been several indications that crypto is here to stay over the past 2 months. Similarly to Bitcoin's bullish rebound in 2013, Cardano ADA will see even more big shows of faith. Despite signs of future adoption steadily multiplying, the Cardano ecosystem is still in its infancy. History may repeat itself, but do you think the coin will outperform it? What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.